Hi everybody. I was out to the farm today and I did a quick video pertaining to an email that I received. Somebody had contacted me about some problems that they're having in regards to one of their horses, and it was being rather rude, being pushy, during feeding, and moving around upstairs, and has even bitten a couple times. Now, I do not know if the bite was a little nip or if it was a full-blown bite. Okay, now, pardon me, I do that because I was bit by a horse. Full mouth bit right here, and it ended up putting me in the hospital. Okay, I was sick for a while. But a little nip, okay, that's not as serious, and it can get worse. So that needs to be dealt with right away. And one of the things you got to do is enforce your personal space. That's very important. So the clips that are following is a demonstration of what you can do to establish your personal space in regards to a horse. It's very important that you do this. Unfortunately, the conditions at the farm, because of the nasty weather that we've had over the past 2 weeks, it was really difficult today. It was windy and it was overcast and muddy. We've got a bumper crop of mud. So, but I did the best I could with these conditions to demonstrate how you would enforce your personal space. Need to do a video about personal space and how to get your personal space, protect your personal space from the horses. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to do this real quick in this hay shelter because it's pretty windy out there. I'll go outside and show you with the horses in a minute. Okay, I want to give you two examples. Okay, first of all, a rope. Okay, hopefully that wind doesn't knock that over. What I have here is a piece of rope. It's about plus or minus about 14 feet long, maybe. Yeah, about 14 feet long. Okay. There's no hardware on it. There's no hook. It's just a plain rope. This one, I don't remember if this is a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. It's one or the other. Okay, just a hunk of rope about 14 feet long. Anywhere between 13, 15 feet is fine. Okay, that's what you want. Okay, what you want to do is you're going to twirl it. Okay. Now, ideally, it'd be nice if you had a popper on the end. This one, it wore out, and the popper is no longer there. But it'll still work. It'll still get the job done, okay? Like I said, no hardware. I'm going to face the horses, and I want them to move. All I got to do is twirl this rope, okay? If you don't have that, all right. A buggy whip. Sometimes you need to get a little bit more aggressive, okay? If you can't handle the rope, a buggy whip. You have a little bit more control. I use this sometimes, and sometimes I use the rope. Now, I've got two horses out here that want their hay. They're standing by the gate, okay? I don't want them charging through the gate. I want them to back away from the gate. So I'm going to try the rope, okay? These girls... Now, if you notice in the video that when I'm talking about twirling the rope and when I actually do twirl the rope, I'm leaning towards the horses, okay? Much like when a lead horse
is trying to tell another lower horse to move, they snake their head a little bit. It's called snaking, okay? And it encourages the horse to move. They read that as, you better move your feet. Even though I don't have a long neck or a long nose or pointy ears, I can still, that forward motion, that forward leaning tells the horse that you need to move.
All right. All right, girls. See how they move off? I want them away from the gate. No. No. Go on, get. Go on, get. Go on, get. Go on, get. Get. Back. Back. All right. They want their hay. All right, I'm going to take them out a bag of hay. Now, since I need two hands really to use the rope, okay, I'm going to use the buggy whip, okay?
Other things that I have used as an extension of my arm, besides a rope or a buggy whip, I have used a stick from a branch, okay? I have used, if I happen to have a halter in my hand, I'll use a halter. If I happen to have a sweatshirt, I'll use a sweatshirt. I've used just about anything that I could get if I needed more than just my body leaning forward or my hand pointing. Some horses, I can get away with just that. Just leaning forward, just pointing. Sometimes you need more. The rope enforces it, buggy whip enforces it, a stick enforces it, and I'm not talking a huge monstrosity, something that I can wield easily. Okay, it's just an extension of your arm. It's a move. Like I said, I don't have a long neck. Most people don't have long necks like a horse. Okay,
Whip. Okay? Same principle. They're going to follow me. I don't have to worry too much about the gate. All right, come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on, girls.
obviously, Libby did not read the script. It's okay. She wasn't going to go far. I wasn't that worried about it.
Well, that didn't go quite as planned. Oh, we have such wonderful conditions. Libby, come here, girl. She wants grass. She's no dummy. Where's a bucket? Okay.
And don't be afraid to use your voice. They'll understand. You get an aggressive tone in your voice. They understand that aggressiveness. Okay? It's just reinforcing. You don't have to use your voice. It's more important that you have the proper body language. Because they read you better than we read them. It's very important to use your body to communicate as well to the horses. I want you to move. You move back. You lean forward and you move.
Okay. Sometimes opportunity presents itself with another issue.
Now, feeding a horse. There are people that just dump the grain in a bucket and let them have at it. When I feed a horse, if they're in a stall, if they're tied, I want them to back away from that feeder, whether it be a bucket, a pan on the ground, what have you. I have a horse, Honey, who is extremely food oriented. I like to say that Honey is part thoroughbred, part vacuum cleaner, part bulldozer, and part teddy bear. That bulldozer can hurt you. She's big, she's pushy. If she wants that food, she wants it. I can't mince around with Honey. I have to be forceful. I have to get her to back up because she will take advantage. And she can hurt you, maybe not necessarily intending to hurt you, but she can. Because she wants that food. So she's got, whenever I feed her, I make her back up. I make her retreat from me until I invite her in. I do the same thing with Libby. They want that food. It tastes good. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Now, it looks like I'm hitting her. Believe me, there's no force behind it. I'm just reinforcing my command. I've got to be forceful. She could run me over. She could knock me down. Not, like I said, not intending to hurt me, but just trying to get at the food. Not because she's starving to death, just because she likes it. So I'm just reinforcing my command. She's that close. If she's that close, I can touch her, then she's too close. It's just that little swing of my hand. She's too close. She's got to back up. I need her to listen to me. I use my arms. If they're coming up behind, if they're behind me, I'm using my elbow to block. Okay? It's no different than what one horse does with another horse. And actually, I can't put nearly as much force into it as somebody else. But yeah, I'm using my elbow. I've got my eye on the horse. If they're approaching, I'm using my elbow. They feel that. Okay? Yes, I will use that elbow. It's not going to hurt them, but it will reinforce my expectation that they need to be backing up. I'm the leader, my food, and you don't get that food unless I let you have that food. Okay? They need to be clear on that.
Okay. Food. Hey. Okay, she wants this food. Just a minute, Libby. Let's make sure you're in the frame. Come here, girl. Okay. This is my food. That's not Libby's food, it's my food. Back. 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 Get away. Come on. My food, not Libby's food. Now, I've worked with her before, so she knows. Back. 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 Ha, ha. Back. She wants it. She doesn't get it until I give it to her. There you go. All right, hopefully that was in the shot. Okay. You make a horse move back aggressively when it's feeding time. You do not let them stick their nose in that bucket until you let them. I make sure she's back away. Okay. So hopefully this mic is working because I think it's a little close to my mouth. You have to enforce your personal space when it comes to horses. Horses are very large, very powerful animals. Okay? Thankfully, for the most part, they don't quite understand the concept of size difference. Okay? They just know they exist. Now, you put on enough pressure as what you need. Honey and Libby, I have worked with. Okay? So they kind of know me. I have worked with horses that require extremely little bit of pressure. All I need to do is give them a look and they'll back up. I have also worked with horses. Ho, Libby. Did you finish? Good girl. You want to go and get the hay? We'll be right back. Come on, girl. Come on.
Okay, I got sidetracked and I didn't come back. Just long enough to shut off the camera. Like I was saying, how much pressure you need to use depends on the horse. Depends on their status. Honey doesn't really particularly care. Honey is, from my best recollection, is the horse that I have needed to use the most pressure on to get her to move her feet. She doesn't care. Okay? There was a horse where all I had to do was just look at him and he'd move. Okay? And there's been anywheres in between how much pressure you need to use. Whether you need to make them think that like you're going to eat them alive, or you just give them a look. Usually just a little twirl on the rope. If you have a horse that's been taking advantage of you, you may have to really get in there and make them think that, oh no, she's going to eat me. Okay? You may have to do that. You got to be prepared to do that. After a couple times, it'll get easier. But a horse will test you. It'll be little tests. If you don't pass those little tests, they're going to start taking advantage of you. You've got to maintain your personal space. You've got to maintain those limits. Okay? I hope this helps somebody. If you have any questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. People, I'm not an expert. Nobody out there is. Okay? What I'm telling you is my own personal experience with working with the horses, working with a herd of horses. Okay? And they're different personalities. The basic principles are there. And any decent trainer out there, John Lyons, Clint Anderson, who else? There's all kinds of them out there. Okay, the big names, the little names. If they're worth their salt, they pretty much adhere to the same principles. Okay, about the personal space. They might have a slightly different way of explaining it. They might use slightly different terminologies, but the basic principle is the same. Okay? So hopefully that helps. I just hope that this was helpful for you. Have a good one, people.